more than 9 in 10 of us who have admitted to not accepting no as an answer. I've received several questions in relation to this particular stat, asking me some version of, are you saying that more than 9 in 10 adult men are effectively rapists? And no, I am not saying that. Not even necessarily because it's true or untrue, but we don't actually know. We can't know. So just to remind all y'all, the stat in question comes from this study, Isolate, Inebriate, Intimidate, Repeat, which anonymously surveyed about 2,700 American and Canadian men between the ages of 18 and 34, specifically asking them about situations from the last 2 years where they had attempted to convince a woman who had either explicitly said no or whom they believed did not want to have sex with them to change her mind. Importantly, these were women with whom they had no prior sexual or romantic relationship. I'm not even going to attempt to unpack the entire study here, but I don't think that we have to, because I think that the limitations and the ambiguity is clear enough from the most commonly cited strategy. Told her whatever she wanted to hear, a tactic that was employed by nearly 80% of the men who are surveyed. And the challenge here is, what does that mean? Because a certain amount of puffery is actually a really common flirtation tactic. Lying about how important your job is or how much money you make. Inflating your sexual prowess or minimizing your sexual experience. This category also includes lies that would be obviously morally and ethically wrong. Lying about your relationship status, your STI status. And rape by deceit and deception is also a law that's on the books in several countries. If you are pretty confident that you know which kind of lies would be against the law is always out there proving you wrong. In this case in the UK, a man was found to have not committed a crime when he lied about having had a vasectomy. And so this category of strategy includes behaviors that are widely practiced and normalized, as well as morally and ethically problematic behavior that the law seems to think are just fine. And that category of lie that is in fact so heinous that it makes consent legally impossible and is criminal. So I don't think that it's fair for us to say that the 80% of men who reported that at least once they were willing to say whatever she wanted to hear are necessarily rapists. However, it does not necessarily follow that fewer than 9 in 10 men are guilty of having sexually assaulted a woman. And it may in fact be more, because this is simply self-reported behavior. Didn't survey anyone older than 34. They only asked about the last 2 years, and they did not ask anybody about a current or past relationship. These were all effectively strangers. So there is a lot of ambiguity in the data that we do have, a lot of data that we simply don't have, but if there is a clear conclusion to be drawn from all of it, it is this. When somebody tells you no, just take them at their word and walk away.